Carla and Lou here from Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short. And it's track by track time. Taking a look at a Dropkick Murphys album. Not a debut, not the latest, a random one. 11 short stories of pain and glory. I chose this one because I really like this album. I really enjoy this album. I think it's got some banging tunes in it that I absolutely adore. But also that it's really concise, it's short, it's not overtly long, it doesn't feel like it drags. So if I ever just want to kind of like a thought-provoking, pick me up with some deeper messages and meanings behind some of the songs, I'll often just put this on and kind of like just enjoy it for that. I wouldn't even call myself like a big Dropkick Murphys fan either. Like, certainly not. I've seen them live now, thanks to Slam Dunk 2022.
I think I saw them.
But I'm about to say, I know I was there, I know I heard the songs, but that's where it ends, because I don't remember anything about that set at all, really, you know. And I'm unlikely to ever sort of pay for their own show, but I think if they're at a festival, I'll probably almost always go out of my way to try and see them, provided they weren't clashing. So that's kind of, you know, I don't have a history with this band. No. I've kind of heard their songs, I mean, the songs you know by the Dropkick Murphys, you've heard them, but they're certainly not they're not the songs I like, that truth be told.
No, there's one that Brendan always puts on, and I actually really love that. Johnny, I Hardly Knew You.
Yeah, that's the one I'm really immediately thinking of, and just made me go, oh. We did a reaction to a Christmas song they did a few years ago, which was really, really lovely. It's a really good one about family, and I love it in the comments. People were just constantly like, yeah, this is my family, this reminds me of that, and all that kind of thing. I love that shit, so that was great. But what about you?
Not listened to a full album. I know, like sort of quite a few tracks now, because I've kind of gone around and listened to some more. I really like this band. I feel like their whole aesthetic is very what's the word? Not forced.
True, authentic.
And this album, kind of come across that, and I quite appreciated that, because obviously the whole Irish background thing, you can kind of go a bit too far with it, where it comes across too.
Of course, yeah, when you're doing the kind of Celtic stuff, you kind of want to have a certain level of authenticity, I think, when it comes to that. Otherwise, it might come across contrived to a certain degree. I think Dropkick Murphys don't come across that way, for me anyway.
No, and this album put me into into bars at points, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get that, and I kind of get why people always talk about when you go to, like, Dublin and stuff, and you like, rock up to a pub and there's, like, live music, not just Dublin, but, like, Ireland, and you kind of get just live music playing and just nice little bars and pubs like that. So I like the idea of that, and it came across. So yeah, I enjoyed this one as well. So,
okay. Yeah. All right. So it's 11 short stories of pain and glory, the 9th studio album by the Dropkick Murphys, released January 6, 2017 on the band's Born and Bred Records label. We're going to go through the songs now, starting with The Lonesome Boatman. For me, I like the Celtic melody at the start with the flute and the background atmosphere. It builds up nicely to an anthemic tune, the gang vocals and energetic rhythm. That being said, it has intro vibes. It doesn't really go anywhere. No,
same. So that's what I kind of found it as, which it obviously is. Nice rousing start, rolling drums and chants. A really good way. It was a good way to start the album, though.
Yeah, it's a starting point. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Rebels were the cause. This is where we properly get started, and the punk-infused groove of this one is certainly catchy. The bouncy beat is cool. The chorus is quite a sing-along. It's a spill your beer song for sure. I like this one.
Yeah, I like that term, spill your beer.
Yeah, because, you know, that's what I'm kind of picturing. You got it up like that, you know? It's at the sides, yeah.
Yeah, so I like the bouncy pepper this one. And hey, kid, you got heart. I really like that line. It's when you think of that song, it's like I said, spill your beer.
Yeah, late night, everyone's now merry, you know, the doors are closed, the fire's roaring. Yeah. It's an easy thing to picture, you know?
It's a good one.
Blood. It's nice to hear the Celtic touches come back with such aplomb on this one. I think this is great. A real drinking anthem that has chest-thumping qualities and a strong sense of camaraderie. I think the bagpipes, too, just awesome here.
It's good because a lot of people think bagpipes
exclusively to Scotland.
But they are just Celtic.
They're an instrument, a Celtic instrument,
Yeah, so you can play in both countries, and I really.
You can play in any country you want. It's not like oh, you know, it's not like, I don't think, like, I think that's, you know, you attribute something to a certain country and stuff like that and say, well, no, but obviously there's going to be variation to bagpipes in lots of different cultures across the entire world as well.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, we just can't be associated with Scotland, but obviously it's got a more Celtic widespread thing.
I think
So
Braveheart's got a lot to answer for with that.
Braveheart's got a lot to answer for everything, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, I do like the bagpipes and the guitar behind the track. It sounds authentic and not twee, which is what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
It feels like a cool anthem, but not like a put on, oh, we're all in this together, goody doody doody.
Yes. Yeah, it's been going quite well so far, and then we get Sandia. Damn it, I kind of like this one too. The melody is really nice, and I like the lyrical content of this one. That being said, it's probably one of the least exciting tracks on the album. The chorus is just okay. Nothing really wrong with it. Didn't hate it. Like it actually really more than anything else. But, you know, we kind of had like Rebels with a Cause, Blood, quite high points. This feels like a little bit of a drop-off.
Yeah, I'm glad we
Just a
agreed on
little
that. Yeah, I kind of found the same thing. So it's not my favourite track. The whole reminiscing thing is done so many times before.
Yeah.
When we've been growing up, and I was like, kind of didn't really need that from this band. So yeah, didn't grab. It's not a bad song. Still quite solid, but I just didn't grab it as much.
Yeah. It's a skipper. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. As is First Class Loser for me. This has got a really traditional Celtic folk feel, which is a nice tone shift at this point in the album. But overall, found it a bit boring.
Yeah, I liked it. It was like I like the old school Irish pub storytelling of this one. It doesn't sound mean, but like a conversation. So it's not outwardly horrible about this First Class Loser.
Okay, yeah.
It's always done with a nice tinge to it. There's no kind of mean spiritedness, but yeah, I can see what you're saying. It's not as kind of impactful as some of the other tracks. So.
Just passed me by.
Yeah.
And then we get Paying My Way.
Yeah.
I adore this track. The strong piano melody, the thump and clap rhythm, so simple, so clever. The vocals and the lyrical content. Of course, this has got quite an impactful story behind it. And you get the gang sing-along, that excellent chorus. This sort of Dropkick Murphys, this isn't just a good song to me. This is not just a good. This is an excellent Dropkick Murphys song. I'm like, this is shit I love.
Yeah.
This is my favourite track in the album. It's what sold this album on me when I first heard it back when it came out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paying
cool.
My Way, yeah.
So I put my favourite track on the album.
Yeah.
Heartfelt and uplifting. It kicks in with big drums and lovely lyrics. They hit the right balance between rough and well crafted, rough and well crafted. But it's got like that sound to it.
Yeah.
If I was playing some Dropkick Murphys to someone, this would be on the playlist.
That is a major. We did a reaction video to this battle reaction. We're back when we were doing those videos about a year ago because Brendan hadn't heard this song. Man, he was sold on this one as well. I just love that height of the chorus. Oh, so much higher.
Yeah. Don't
count me out. I'm a survivor. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. It's hard to kind of follow that into I Had a Hat. But here we get that punk again. It's fast-paced, it's energetic, designed to get the feet moving and the head banging, which is perfectly fine. I just find it okay, though. It gets my heart racing. It's probably the best kind of track to follow, Paying My Way, and First Class Loser, bear in mind. So you kind of get a burst of energy in this. But it's nothing special.
Yeah, I feel like after that big one, you've got to kind of go, yeah, there's sort of shade and light and everything. Let's have a bit more old school.
Yeah.
Let's tell a story. Let's tell a proper Irish story. I did like it. Short and sweet, fun, and it breaks up the kind of... Because you don't have an album full of like really serious kind of anthems. You want to kind of have a bit of everything, really. And
of course,
it's called 11 Short Songs of Pain and Glory.
Yep.
So this would be like just a sweet little interlude.
Nope, it's perfectly fine, yeah. Kick to the curb. I've not got much good to say about this one. I find this incredibly boring, aside from a fairly fun chorus. Aside from that, I actually blanked on this several times. I had to replay this one a few times to pick up anything, really.
It did remind me. It reminded me of The Offspring when it started up.
Okay.
A little bit. I kind of got a little Offspring vibe from it. I do like the vocals and the flow of this one. Nothing seems mean-spirited, just matter of fact. So again, like conversational kind of songs. But not one of my favourites on this one. Yeah. Fair
dues. And then we get a cover. It is You'll Never Walk Alone by Rodgers and Hammerstein. So, look. This, weird enough, we have to tell a story every time this comes up.
Yeah.
I really struggled with this one. on the one hand, right, I can't stand this song because of its association. Blame that completely and utterly on Liverpool Football Club. I don't know if you have this as I do, but as someone that grew up around football, watching football all the time and stuff like that, and brothers that are into football, supporting Arsenal, you know, although I've never really followed football in that sense, I watched more than enough games in pubs and home and all of that to know and get this association. If you're in the UK, you will know this song. It is, of course, the unofficial anthem, or maybe even the official anthem of Liverpool Football Club. The crowd sing it all the time. Because of that, I just want to never hear it again.
I think it's obviously like associated with like Anfield, like with the.
I mean, I get it, and here's the thing, right? Thing is, I get all of that. I'm not even knocking like that.
No.
It's just it's one of those things where it's become such an overplayed thing because of that, because of that association. I've got no feelings. I'm not a football fan, so I'm not sitting there going, I hate. If you're like one of them and you despise Liverpool because you're an Everton fan, obviously a local Merseyside team, then you're gonna have a real like hatred for this song potentially. I don't have that because I do like. I think the song was really nice. The original is really nice. And I like what Dropkick Murphys do here. It's a unique version that's kind of cool. But I'm always going to skip this. Always.
I think because it was Hammerstein, was it Hammerstein and Rogers? I think it came from the musical Blood Brothers.
It's a musical,
set,
yeah.
I think it was set in Liverpool. Right. I think that's where the whole association come from.
That's irrelevant though.
But no. I think it is. Yeah, I've just heard it so much. I think it's like it could be different. Obviously, there's not much emotional connection to this song. But Sweet Caroline, that song's like horrendous. But like if I went to America, people love that song. They didn't know the UK football side of it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why'd you? I was like, oh, you just.
Ruined it.
Certain songs. But I do know what you've done with it. But the song in general, just I can't distance it from like.
That's it. I can't separate it.
Yeah.
It's that, and it cannot separate it from that association, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it's a good version by the Dropkick Murphys, but I did listen to it fully, even though when I saw it on the track list, I was like, oh my god, I remember this. Yeah. I did listen to it fully because I wanted to kind of see if I could come out and go, you know what, I really like that version, but ultimately it's the same situation. Like anything that's overplayed, you just kind of never want to hear it again. 4/15/13. It is a date of course, the 15th of April 2013. This is a bit of an epic for Dropkick Murphys. Not just the length, but in how focused and melodic it is. Mellow, dramatic, and heartfelt. I can enjoy the passion in this one, the drive to tell a story, and the overall defiance of the content. This one sticks in the mind. Afterwards, if there weren't so many great tracks already on this would probably be up there.
Yeah.
That's kind of it for me.
Yeah.
Just people trying to make our way. We stood in your footprints till the rain washed them away.
It makes sense to lead on from the last track. We looked into it, and obviously the song was written after the Boston Marathon massacre. I thought it was really beautifully done.
Yeah, it is.
And I really like the way the rest of the voices come in at the end. It's just, again, they've just got a real art for that kind of not sounding like schmaltzy and sickly. It's like they sung about what they wanted to sing about and how that kind of affected communities
them,
and stuff. Yeah, so I really, really like this one.
Yeah, agreed. And that brings us to the end with Until the Next Time. It's an upbeat finale, melody-wise. It's a very basic finale that fits the Dropkick Murphys nicely. I'll bet it's got a slightly more pop-orientated sound, I think.
It feels like the end of a play.
Okay, that's an interesting way to put it.
When they all sing, obviously, there's a word for it.
Encore?
Is it called that for when all the actors come out? When all the actors come out at the end, they all take a bow. They all sing this kind of like wrap-around song.
I know what you're thinking of, but is it called...
I don't think it's called an encore. It's called something where they all come out.
Take a bow?
No, there's like a weird term for it.
Yeah.
But it felt like that. It suits it so well. Like it was. It feels 11 short stories. This is the end of our time with you. Till next time. That's the end of our show. So, I do like the jangly piano. That's like a organ, like the sort of bar piano.
It's a nice intro, and it's a good bookend to the Lonesome Boatman as well. Until the next time as well. Like it works quite nicely. Plus, it's on the nose lyrically, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Overall, I think this is, as I said at the start, a good album. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think the ones that are skippable, there's so few of them that they don't do me any harm at all. But the ones that are good, the ones I really enjoy, are songs that I'm happy to listen to all the time.
Yeah, same. I'd probably cherry pick the ones I really like.
Of course.
The whole Dropkick Murphys like mega mix. I think I already started doing that actually. So, definitely put this one back on again. Which is sometimes like when we do track by tracks, I'm like, thank God that's over.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
And it was just rapid. But this, I really appreciate what they do.
It's no more than 30 minutes. I think it's about 20, is it 28, 29 minutes? It's
Yeah.
around 30-minute mark.
And when I actually went to go search for this, obviously it tells you what they've got at the moment, and I started listening to the new one, the acoustic one, and I really enjoyed that. What I've heard so far of that one. So yeah, I'll carry on with that one.
All right, well, top 3 tracks for this one then. You can go first.
Blood, Pay My Way, and 4:15:13.
Exactly the same.
Yay.
Blood, Paying My Way, and 4:15:13. I would have added Rebels with a Cause. I did originally have it, but talking about 4:15:13 reminded me, and I've swapped that out for it. But yeah, I mean, not that we have a ranker, but Paying My Way's top. Top. If you want to experience this album, perhaps experience Dropkick Murphys beyond the more famous tracks, would advise you to check out the 3 we've just mentioned. The fact we've both chosen the exact same ones is a real hint that they are the best this album has to offer.
Okay.
That is 11 Stories of Pain and Glory by Dropkick Murphys. You got any thoughts and you know what to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?